All right, so we are working on lesson 6 today with Piper, and I have Marissa here who's going to help me. So she's going to be doing most of the training with Piper today. We're going to start off with just charging the clicker just for a few repetitions. So if you want to do that, just click and feed, like, I don't know, 3 times in a row.
Okay.
Click, cookie. And remember, again, we can put the food on the ground when we're delivering the treat, like Marissa's doing right now, or we can feed them directly to their mouth. Either way, I like to teach puppies both, that they can get food off the ground, or we might feed it directly to them. If I'm going to toss the cookie away from the puppy, that's when I'm going to say, get it. Okay, so we've charged the clicker a couple of times. Let's just do a couple repetitions of following the food lure in your hand and pairing that with her name. So just show her the food, have her follow it, and say, Piper.
Piper.
Click and then feed. Perfect. And remember, this was kind of our prerequisite to hand targets and also prerequisite to just like teaching her name
Piper.
and having her respond to her name. And we'll do that a couple of times. So we're going
Piper.
in different directions. Very nice. Maybe one more time. And then we'll actually have her do a couple of hand targets. So she was doing really good with the hand targets yesterday with no food in my hand. And, yep, and I was calling it touch. I put it on cue.
Touch.
Nice job. She's so smart, right? Yeah, she's working for that Bill Jack good.
Touch.
So with Piper during her training sessions, we have been using Bill Jack treats, which are already really little, but we're breaking them up into teeny tiny pieces. You come say hi to me. But we've also used the Vita Essentials food too, breaking that up into little pieces. That's what I was using yesterday. But today we're back to the Bill Jack. Okay, want to see if she just wants to do. I would call her, and if she comes to you, then you can click and feed her for coming.
Piper.
And now get exciting. Click. Nice job. Maybe do 2 more hand targets.
Touch.
Beautiful. And then 1 more.
Touch.
Good job, Piper.
There you go.
She's like,
oh, okay, hi.
And then maybe we'll take a little play break. There you go.
She likes those.
Yes, she likes the rope. Like, she's little, but she's like, yeah.
Oh my goodness, what
She
you
likes
want?
this rope toy.
Come on. Oh no.
Here. Oh, good girl. I know. So yesterday we also learned a lured down, so she's pretty good at her sits now, even just for like a hand signal and a verbal. And so we started sits to down yesterday, luring it with the cookie. So maybe we'll do some of those next, our position changes. What do you want? You know we have food. Oh, good girl. Get that little chicken, whatever it is.
Chicken.
If they do like climb up into my lap, or if they look like they want to be picked up like this, I'll say up, and then pick them up and then just snuggle them for a minute. So always pairing picking them up with the word up, so it's
Okay.
predictable for them.
Okay.
Yeah, she's so sweet.
They all are so cute.
Mm-hmm. Okay, little nugget.
Sitting for the camera.
Do some position changes. And then we'll do some sits and downs, and then we'll get our harness on.
Okay. Ooh, I forgot about that part.
I just think it's easier for her to do it on the carpet to start. Okay. Maybe if you kind of bring yourself over there so the camera can see. This you should do a sit just with a verbal and hand signal to start. Piper, you sit. Good job. And then we'll do a lure down, so having that cookie right in front of her nose. And bring it straight to the ground. Hold it there for a moment. We'll see if she will push herself. So I'm looking for chest and elbows on the ground. Click. Perfect.
Good
Good
girl.
job. So we can click her for maintaining the position. So you could click again and give her another cookie. Or if we just want to try the whole thing again, then we can reset her with one of the Get It cookies. Okay.
Get it.
That's going on upstairs today. She seems pretty unfazed by all the noise, though. Yeah, I don't have the treats today.
Come here, Piper. Don't eat that.
I know, they want to, like, play with all the poles on this carpet.
That's more fun than the toys.
Mm-hmm. Okay, see if she'll go into a sit here.
Piper, sit. Sit.
If she's distracted,
Use the
then
treat.
you can use the food lure. Yeah. Good girl.
Good girl.
So I will try to cue a behavior, like say the verbal, and ask the dog to sit. And if they fail, you know, in this case, she was super distracted by the carpet, then I will just stick the cookie in front of their nose and lure them into that position to kind of help them out a little bit. We're going to try hard not to repeat the cue, the verbal cue, just because, you know, we don't want to like chant those cues
Want
over
them
and
to answer
over
it
again.
the first time.
Right, exactly.
And then your hand motion for it, like, do you just do the, like,
Yeah,
sit?
just kind of a sit like this
And then
because
down.
you're being silly right now. Okay, do we need to take another plague break for a second? I think so. Yeah, just because
Just to
when
keep
we
it the
lure
same.
it, we have the food in front of their nose and we kind of
Mhm.
bring our hand up like that, which was in last week's videos. So then that lure turns into this kind of a hand signal. Exactly. I think she wants to play for a second. She's being goofy. Look at that puppy belly.
I didn't want to play 2 seconds ago.
Right.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Now that this soft carpet's here.
Oh, I gotta sit on my bum.
I need to really try not to sit on my knees.
I know because of my legs.
It hurts.
Yeah.
Oh, goodness.
look at you. Get it.
You just became a cat.
Oh, aren't you funny? So if they're like really into the toy play, then maybe I'll switch gears for a second and demonstrate to the video just like how to teach a drop.
Okay.
So give me one of those treats and then you'll click for me when she does drop the toy.
Okay.
So you want to have some rules during toy play. I try not to ask young puppies for too many drops because then it sort of like takes away from the fun of the game if you, the human, are always winning. But because Piper's so into the rope right now, I just want to demonstrate how you would teach a drop just so that you've got this skill in your toolbox. So as the puppy gets older, while I'm playing with them with toys, maybe I'll ask for one drop in the entire toy play session. And that's going to look like this. The puppy has kind of a hold of the toy, and then I'm going to take the cookie and put it in front of the dog's nose. And when they let go of the toy to take the cookie, I'm going to pair that with the verbal cue drop and click. Okay? So just like this. Drop, click, and then I'm going to feed the dog the cookie and take the toy. But beyond that, again, I really want toy play to stay fun for the dog. So mostly our toy play is going to look like this. Like Piper gets the toy, and then I'm going to say, oh my goodness, you got that toy. You won. You're so tough. And maybe I'll ask for one, possibly 2 drops at most during our play sessions because, again, I really just want the puppy to stay motivated by play and not feel like they're always losing. But it's good to shape that drop for when you do need it. Good girl. Go get it. Ooh. Oh. Where'd it go? You
That
lost
was a fun
it.
trick.
There it is. It's over there. Here it is.
Oh,
Oh my goodness. Oh, crazy puppy. She likes the rope toy.
Mm-hmm. How old is she?
She is 10 weeks. the premier puppies go home at 11 weeks. We start training at 8 weeks. No,
So this is her last week?
9, 10, 11.
No.
Next week will be her last week. Yeah, I think we start training at 8 weeks, 8 to 9, 9 to 10, and then they go home like right at 11, right when we finish up with them. Yes.
I love that.
I know.
Like she's grabbing it with all legs.
It's so cute.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, she found a crumb. Okay, I'm gonna take this away for a minute. Maybe do a get it cookie for her to chase. That'd be fun.
Get it.
And then see if she'll come back over and go into a sit.
Piper. Sit. Hello.
Perfect.
Yes.
Click. Yep, and feed that treat. And now see if we can do another lured down. Bring that cookie straight down. We're waiting for chest and elbows to go down. And I take that. Yeah. She's still like really playful.
That tantrum.
Yeah. And let's try to do that one more time and then we'll give this a break.
Should I do a reset cookie?
Yeah, I would.
Get it.
Get it. Oh my goodness, that was too far.
Get it.
We tried to make it more fun, but... And then see if you can get her right back into a sit.
Sit.
Beautiful.
Down.
Nice. Good job. So hopefully by next week she can follow a hand signal into the down position as well. This is my second session with her this week, and then Jay will have a couple sessions, so he'll continue working on those downs with her, and then we'll see if she can just do a hand signal down next week. What do you want to do next, puppy? You know what? Maybe we'll do a little bit with the crate. So we introduce, oh, you're getting a little mouthy. Here, get a toy.
Wild.
Yeah, I know. I feel like this is like the most playful she's been in any of our sessions.
It's the most playful I've seen any of the puppies.
Yeah. I don't know. Winston would get pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, was that Winston or the one from Graham? I can't remember.
Get your toy. Get your toy.
I think it just depends on the day, too. I love this toy.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? So we could actually use the toy maybe to our advantage with the crate game. Okay, so then in the second week I tried to do a little bit with the crate. You could probably stay there.
Okay.
And I'll pull the crate over here.
Okay.
Here, come back over here. Okay. Bring this into view. Perfect. Okay, so we're going to open up the door, and since she's so into the toy right now, I'm going to toss the toy in there, but then if she goes in, you're going to click for her going in, and then toss the treat in there. Yeah. So I would even, you know what, click that, just for her coming over to the crate, and then put it right in, just inside. And then click for her nose being in, and then drop one just, or you can set one in there just a tiny bit further. And if she doesn't go for that one, that's okay. Then we're just going to wait a moment and see if she can offer, click that movement towards
that
the crate.
one?
No, and feed her another one. Yep. So even if there's food already in there,
Feed her again.
we're just going to capture with that clicker anytime she moves towards the crate or goes in, and we're going to add another treat for that click.
Okay.
So even if she didn't get the last treat, like that's fine. So click that. Yep. Perfect. Click feet in. And then so you can, then I start to drop it like from there. Yep. Click more movement in. See how she's got back feet in now, and you can kind of drop it back there. Yep. And if she doesn't get that one and she wants to come out, no big deal. We just leave that one for that previous click, and then we'll just start all over again. Okay. So this is shaping behavior, and it's kind of similar to what we do with the mat, right? Like we encourage the dog to come over. There's no food involved until after we've clicked. We're not luring the dog over. We can actually do the mat work next. We're just clicking for approximations towards the end behavior goal that we have in mind. And so for working with the crate, we want her to be all the way inside the crate. But even if she just does like a little behavior of sticking her nose in, we're going to click that, capture it, and reward that behavior.
Okay.
So sometimes you can use something like if she was really into the toy, like tossing that in, and then as she goes in to get it, just capture that with the click and then give her a piece of food. Are you tired now?
I played all my energy out.
Oh, click Yep. Perfect. Click feed in. So shaping involves, using like a lot of food because you want to
There's a lot of movement.
Yep, you want to keep capturing all those things. And then as the dog becomes more proficient in the behavior, right? So like if we pulled the crate out next week, she might just walk all the way in for the first click and the cookie. So the same thing as the mat behavior, we just start to raise our criteria as the dog is doing well. We start to take away the click for just coming over to the mat, and we don't click until the dog comes over and sits or lays down on the mat.
Okay.
It's the same thing, with any behavior that you want to shape. So that's why I call this crate games, because there's no strings attached, right? Like we don't need to crate the dog right now. So I don't care, how far she wants to take it. I'm just going to reward any sort of approximations towards getting into the crate. And then remember with Winston, we got all the way up to being able to close the door and everything. So after they are readily, kind of getting all 4 feet inside the crate and are really happy and comfortable to do that, that's when I'll maybe ask them for sits or downs inside the crate. Yep, and when they can do that, then I'll just close the door, click, drop a cookie in, open it back up,
Okay.
Click that for her just coming over and just, set it. You can show it to her and then just set it just ever so, and then click for her head being further in, and then set one in a little bit further, and click for the foot being in.
There's lots of free cookies in there right now.
Right. See, so she can think about it, but if she doesn't want to, like, there's no strings attached. Right.
Okay.
So this is something that, I wish people would do with all of their puppies.
Yeah.
Like, just take 5 minutes each day to kind of play these crate games with your new puppy, because you're building value for the crate without actually having to lock them inside and leave them.
Yeah.
Right? Oh, you chewing on that tag? That's not part of the toy. This is.
Well, it came with the toy.
Oh, yes. Another thing that I will just mention in this video for building value for the crate, whenever you buy a new toy for your brand new puppy, so say that this was new, I just went to the pet store and I bought this and it was a brand new thing, I would give new things, chews, toys, whatever, I provide them from the crate. So I come home and I'm like, ooh, look what I got you something at the pet store, and I put it inside the crate. And then I want the puppy or the young dog to be interested with the toy inside the crate, the new thing that I got for them, and then I'll open it up. And then even if the dog goes in and grabs the toy and pulls it out, like, that's totally fine. They can play with it out here, but it's just the fact that the dog thinks that the crate produced the new toy, right? They think that randomly fun things just show up inside their crate. So it kind of... doesn't kind of, but it does help to build value for the crate as well. They get presents that just magically appear inside the crate. Isn't that so fun? Yes.
Oh. Would you ever click and reward for her just coming and settling, like in front of you?
You absolutely could. Yeah. Yeah, if you wanted to work on shaping just like a settle behavior. And so I will start to do that with the mat. Too, once they're pretty good at the mat, like if I'll just throw it down next to me if I'm working at the computer, and if the dog comes and settles on the mat, when I'm starting to teach more like settle or relaxation, I might not necessarily use the clicker anymore, but I'll have like a bowl of their food or their treats right there with me, so if the dog does settle by me, I might just drop a piece every so often onto the mat just to kind of tell them, you're doing a good job. I like this of just settling. I start to not use the clicker with settle behavior because the dog starts to get excited by the click, right? They equate that with a training session, and training sessions are fun. So then they might start to get excitable. So that's maybe why I won't use the clicker for randomly rewarding settle or calm behaviors. Okay, so maybe we'll do a few repetitions of our mat. To you, and I'm just going to close this up now. Actually, I'm going to leave it open, and if she does go over here at any time and sticks her nose in, we can maybe just click and feed her right inside the crate. So I would click that, I just put one like right here. You can show it to her. Oh, okay. You want to go potty?
Just
Maybe
kidding.
she's going potty. Oh, what a good girl. Nice job, Viper. Okay, you got fuzzy on your nose too. There you go. Good girl. Okay. Those away. I've been using the smaller mat.
Okay. Do you want to put the harness on?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, you can do it. So for the step-in harnesses,
You pick them up, right?
yep, and just set them in. That's the front with the little logo on it.
Yeah.
Up. Perfect.
Logo is the front. Right.
Oh, I see.
There you go.
That logo. Yep. So once I get their feet in, then usually I will set them down on the ground to finish it up. Yep, and then put that. Yeah, usually it's easier to do that Velcro first and then the snap. And then feed her a cookie
Good
for
job.
letting you put it on and her
Good
not
job.
getting mouthy or whiny. Go ahead. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna start with a few repetitions of step 1 with
Just
the mat.
dropping
So
it.
you're just gonna set it down when she comes over, click and feed her about 3 pieces of food on the right on the mat. They usually get pretty good at this one pretty quickly. Yep, good job. And then you're gonna pick that mat up from underneath there and move it anywhere. Just make sure the camera can see it. Yep, perfect. Good.
Oh, look at her presenting her sits.
I know, she's really good at going into the sit. Okay, now maybe move it like way back there and see if she can follow. Yeah, that's what I like. I like to see them want to run over to their dad. Yep, and then maybe a couple more. So I do at least like 3 cookies on the mat. But it could be anywhere from like 3 to 5. Like there's not really rules, right? Okay, now pick it up from underneath there and maybe move it right here. So you're gonna do the same thing where she comes over and you're gonna click her and feed her a few pieces for being on the mat. But then we're gonna do step 2, which is those reset cookies.
Okay.
So when I do the reset cookie, I want the dog to completely leave the mat. So you're gonna tell her, go get it.
Get
Yep, there she goes. And then see if she'll come right back over. And you can kind of get her attention if you need to. Good job, Piper. And again, you're always going to feed like 3 or 4
multiples.
pieces. Yes,
Okay.
because I want the mat to be more, reinforcing. I don't want her to get bored
You
and
want
walk
to do
away.
that, yeah.
I don't know. Let's see. She might need to go potty though. If she's coming into the potty box, we'll see. Nope. If she comes back up, just point right back over to the mat. Yep.
And
Because
click that,
as
or-
puppies, like their attention span is so short.
Yeah.
Right. So like I really want to feed the 3 to 4 treats on the row in a row, so the dog doesn't
Get
want to leave the
distracted.
mat.
Yeah.
Yep, until I immediately throw that reset cookie. Yep.
Okay.
So why don't we just reset all together? Just go ahead and pick up the mat, and we're just going to kind of start over. Perfect. Yeah, so that's just a way to troubleshoot if the real young puppy does leave the mat before you were ready for them to.
Okay, you got more cookies.
She might also just be like kind of losing steam because, let's see, where are we at? Oh geez, we're already at, what does that say? 23 minutes, okay. Usually I try to work them for 20, but I think I've been talking a lot
Yeah.
too. Okay, so now reset her, like as soon as she eats
Get it.
that last cookie so she doesn't think about leaving on her own.
Get it. I
Give her a
might be
second.
over this.
Mm-hmm. Get it. There, good. And then see if she, no, keep it there.
Oh.
So this is step 2, where we reset the dog and we don't move the mat. And then see if she wants to come back over, click, and then feed her a couple there.
You done?
Yeah, she might be done. You full? Here you go. Okay, throw a reset. Oh, that's okay. We're gonna be done with this one for now. And so then, maybe Jay will start with the mat. next time.
Okay.
All right. I just really quick want to, because I said I was going to do it in the video yesterday, use the little brush on her face, and I will do that to kind of demonstrate what that looks like. If I can find it. Here it is. So give me this bigger mat and maybe just a couple pieces of that Bill-Jack. So yesterday we introduced the bigger brush for like brushing her body, but with these little guys, whoa, we do need to do some maintenance of their face. Can I borrow your clicker? You gotta face me. Come here. I know you work with Marissa all day today. Okay, we'll do this. Ready? All right, so combing your puppy's face. So this is a smaller comb. The teeth are closer together, but still I'm probably going to start with the wider end today. But you would probably use this finer edge for actually doing grooming of their face. So again, I'm going to hold the clicker with the brush just like this. And first I'm just going to bring it towards her face and click and feed her just to make sure she's not scared. I think Piper's like tired right now, so she's probably not gonna care about what we're doing.
This is great.
But this is a good time to do like your grooming and handling stuff. You don't want to do grooming and handling stuff when the puppy's like crazy puppy time. Like when we first started, when Piper was, wanted to go crazy with all her toys. That would be a bad time to try to have her hold still, right? So then I'm just gonna do the same thing to the other side of her face. Just kind of bring it towards and maybe touch where the brush is going to go, click, and then feed that treat. The other thing when you're grooming the puppy's face is that they are going to have to hold still, and so maybe you do want to kind of gently hold onto their head so you know what you're doing. So we could just do that a couple times and click and feed her too, and just make sure she's okay with that. Oh my god, it's like nap time now.
Mm-hmm.
Come here, turn back this way. Okay, that's it. Good girl. So that's going to look like this, where I'm just going to kind of gently hold her head still. And since she's fine with that as well, now I'm going to pair that with bringing the brush to her face and combing by her eyes. Okay, so you see I'm going to hold her head steady, bring the comb, and just brush out and click while I'm doing it. And then I'm going to feed her that treat. And I'm going to do that on both sides. So that's where those kind of like eye boogers like to build up sometimes.
Hey, babe.
Oh, she wants to snuggle. Can we do this one more time and then we will be all done, okay? Good girl. Okay, so now I'm just going to do it to the other side. I'm going to gently hold on to her face, bring that brush right to the bridge of her nose, brush, click, and then feed her that treat. Good job, girlfriend. Okay. And then that's it for today. We're going to let Piper take a nap.